So, I popped into High House Insurance to see if they could quote for my house insurance rather than using the internet. High House got a great deal. So to celebrate, I bought a posh hairdo. It made me look beautiful, gorgeous enough to become a highly paid model. I then won Celebrity Big Brother. I had an affair with an MP. Now I'm promoting a doll of me that says, "Cool, blimey, you're well fit."
Happy things happen when you talk face-to-face with High House Insurance. See if we can beat your home insurance quote from the internet. Find us on the High Street, Selsey, or call 606 552.
Welcome to this week's Selsey Internet Radio podcast. My name's Keith Barnes. I'm the presenter of this week's show, in which Jean Pratt will be telling us what's going on in and around the village for the coming week. Pat Reed will be our Selsey shopper, giving us some idea of what we can find and where we can find it. We'll have a sneak preview of something that's coming up starting next week involving local musician Dennis Cowan. We'll have a poem read by myself called It's Christmas Day, All is Secure. And we'll also have a recipe from Lyn Reeve, and we'll hear about an upcoming competition. So sit back, listen up and enjoy the Selsey Internet Radio podcast.
Good morning everyone. Monday the 15th of December, Selsey Library are inviting everyone in for their coffee morning. It will be 10:30 till 12 noon, and the Medmerry Primary School will be singing carols, and it's a free entry, and you will get a cup of tea or coffee and a mince pie, so that you can enjoy those while you listen to the children. A lovely start to the countdown to Christmas. Also on Monday the 15th, Selsey Camera Club are meeting in St Wilfrid's Church Hall, Church Road. And tonight the subject is It's a Knockout. The members will judge other members' work to find a winner. 7 for 7:30 start. Tuesday the 16th of December, the VIPs, that is the Selsey Visually Impaired Club, are holding their meeting at Hanover Close Lounge from 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. Also on Tuesday the 16th of December, the Selsey Football Club will be holding their Christmas bingo at the White Horse Club in Paddock Lane. Doors will be open at 6:30 with eyes down at 7:30. Paul Senior is the caller for this evening, and there are some very lovely prizes. Turkeys, turkey and chicken dinners, joints of beef, large gammons and various bottles of drink. On a more serious note, this evening is one of the many events where the club raises much needed funds to run football for all ages in the village, from as young as 9 years up to senior level. Money such as that raised during this event helps to provide this facility. Do come along and support the club. It bringing enjoyment to large number of youngsters. Doesn't matter if you don't normally play bingo. It's a good evening to socialise, and you may win a prize. If you were one of those lucky ones, it would certainly solve what to have on Christmas Day. On Wednesday the 17th of December, Karen McGlung, the community warden, will be at the library from 10:30 to 12 noon. Do go along if you have a problem and would like to discuss it with her. Wednesday the 17th of December, the Crafty Natter Club will be meeting at Selsey Methodist Church in the large hall from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. They have demonstrations of all types of craft, from embroidery to flower arranging, card making to quilling, bread making to crocheting. You can bring along any project that you are working on and have a cup of tea or coffee while you work. There is a small charge of just £1, and should you need more information, contact Lisa Allinson, 601032. Thursday the 18th of December, there is a whist drive at the Selsey Club in Cox's Road, starting at 7:30. Friday the 19th of December, the Darby and Joan Club meet at St Paul's Church Hall, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Why not go along and have a cup of tea and a game of bingo? For more information, call Jill Evenden, 604187. Saturday, the 20th of December, the Venture Club, which is adjacent to the Co-op, are having a garage sale from 9 till 12. Also on Saturday, the 20th, the Selsey Scouts charity shop in School Lane will be open from 10 till 12. And Sunday, the 21st of December, St. Peter's Church will be having a Christmas carol service at 4 p.m. As we are just a few days away from Christmas, I would like to say the community spirit is alive and well here in Selsey, because on Christmas Day in Selsey Town Hall, Julie and Danny from Julie's Kitchen are cooking Christmas lunch for all those who would normally be on their own and in need of help on that day. Julie and Danny wanted to put something back into the community, so came up with this idea of providing Christmas lunch. They approached Selsey Community Forum and Selsey Live to see if this was at all possible. Now the dream is about to come reality this Christmas. Word went out for volunteers and donations, and the response has been amazing. Many people coming forward to volunteer, and generous donations from community and traders. Christmas lunch is free and all travel arrangements will be available for anyone who should need them. If any listener is on their own or knows of anyone who is in this situation, please contact Julie's Kitchen Diner on 078 437 74758 or 077 674 21297. Julie and Danny and all the wonderful volunteers would love for you to come along and have a Christmas party with them. There will be a box for anyone who wishes to donate. All proceedings will go to Selsey Royal British Legion for the Help for Heroes campaign. Thank you. That is all for this week.
Well, thank you for that, Jean. And as Jean said, if you know anybody out there that would like to attend this Christmas lunch, it'll be a fabulous affair. That'll be in amongst like-minded people. So just contact Julie's Kitchen Diner on 0784 374 758 or 07767 421 297 to take part in what I consider to be one of the nicest community projects I've ever come across. And now for some information on an upcoming competition.
Yes, it's that time of the year, folks. Grab yourself a present hidden on two websites, www.selseyinternetradio.com and www.selseyinfo.co.uk. The 5-day competition starts on Wednesday the 17th of December. The competition is run in conjunction with Tupney Rice, the tea shop in the High Street, and the prize is a £20 voucher to spend in Tupney Rice. Full rules and how to enter can be found at both websites. The present with its location will change daily throughout the 7-day period of the competition. Participants will find the present, click on it to reveal the gift that is inside the parcel. They will need to note for each day what the gift is and its location, then at the end of the competition email us with their list of answers. So good luck to all of you from Tupney Rice and Selsey Internet Radio.
Well, there's your opportunity to win a £20 voucher, so get it together and take part. Also in the studio today we've got Pat Reed. Now Pat's our Selsey shopper and she's going to be giving you a few tips on what to find and where to find it. Pat.
Each month I hope to give you some helpful hints and information on what's going on in our high street. I called into the Selsey florist a few days ago opposite Barclays Bank, drawn by their attractive window display which showed that they stock a lot more than just flowers. As well as their fresh flowers and indoor plants, there was a large display of gifts for Christmas and other occasions, such as weddings and christenings. I also noticed their beautiful handmade cards, which I was told can be personalised to your own specification. For anyone who has lost a loved one, they also have a display of tasteful miniature memorial stones. Janet, who owns the shop, told me that she holds workshops of around 12 people at a time, which are much in demand. At the moment she is teaching a group how to make Christmas wreaths. She holds workshops for different occasions, such as table arrangements for Easter, and would like to hold one for children during the run-up to Mother's Day. Janet and her daughter Catherine will consider requests for workshops for any type of arrangements, provided there are enough people, and her teaching qualifications come in very handy for teaching these skills. The prices are very good, and Janet tells me that she would rather keep prices down to get a faster turnover of stock. If anyone would like to know more about the Selsey Florist and their workshops, they can be found on Facebook, or just call in and have a look at what they have on display. Another gift shop a little further up the high street is Delightful Things R Us, which at the moment has a sale on. I'm told that the sale is on until the 31st of December, as they are reducing stock before moving premises. They're moving to the East Beach Parade in Beach Road to join up with 5 a Day and Flowers, which is already established as a fruit and vegetable shop and florist, as well as now housing a large display of gift items. Both shops are owned by the same family, so it makes sense to trade from the same premises. The gifts are attractive and unusual, and the large display is worth looking at before travelling further afield if you're looking for that special gift. Next, I called into Café Grumpy's, which is at the end of the small arcade in the centre of the high street. I had one of their delicious scones and a large mug of tea for £2, which is half the price of Chichester. I only discovered this completely refurbished cafe recently when I was recommended to go there by a friend, as there are quite a few good places to choose from for lunch in Selsey. My husband and I weren't disappointed and found their sandwiches were amazing for the price. For anyone with a hearty appetite, this is the place to go for breakfast or lunch. Their portions are large and their price is very good, with an extensive menu and newspapers available to read whilst you're there. They're currently taking bookings for their Christmas menu, or just call in. You can have 1, 2 or 3 courses for $7.95, $9.95 and $11.95 respectively, and £1 off each option for senior citizens. But make sure you've got a good appetite when you get there. After leaving Grumpy's, I called into All Sorts, which is next door to the National Westminster Bank in the High Street. I had a really good look round and was amazed at what they actually stock. I thought they were mainly footwear, but they stock items far too numerous to mention them all. However, they include bedding, towels, pyjamas, lots of items for the kitchen and cleaning products, and of course at the moment an extensive range of Christmas decorations. With winter now upon us, it's worth remembering that they also have a range of Wellington boots and winter hoods, as well as slippers for when you want to get in and want to put your feet up. In fact, if there's any small household item you need, it's worth trying there first before travelling to Chichester. Lastly, if you want to change from the usual Sunday roast or traditional Christmas fare and fancy a Spanish flavour to your meal, De Levante restaurant, which is opposite the fire station, is at the moment offering a buy one, get one free on main meals all day on Sundays. Call in to ask them about their Spanish Christmas party with live flamenco, which also sounds like fun. Well, that's all for this month, so tune in next month when I'll have a few more hints for shopping in Selsey.
Thank you for that, Pat. Now, before we carry on with this week's show, I'd like to give you a little look at something that's coming up next week. Now, I don't know how many of you, like me, are old enough to remember the 60s, because they always say that if you can remember it, you weren't there. Well, next week we've got somebody that was definitely there. He's a musician. He lives locally, and I don't know if any of you remember a band called the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band. I'm sure this gentleman won't thank me for telling you, but Dennis Cowan, who's our guest next week and who is going to be producing a monthly pick and mix program for Selsey Internet Radio. Dennis was in the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band before deciding that his musicianship was good enough to move on and play with other musicians that you may well have just have heard of. There was a chap called Eric Clapton, that was his name, Clapton. and another one that was in a group called the Beatles or something, a chap called George Harrison. And they're just among the many talented musicians that Dennis has worked with and collaborated with on albums and all manner of music. And we're going to be doing an interview with Dennis next week, and after which you can listen to Dennis's Pick and Mix program, which is due to go out once a month, providing he's not too busy. And so listen in next week and catch up with Dennis Cowan. Now, joining me in the studio this morning is one of our regular guests, Lyn Reeve from Tupney Rice. Lyn.
Good
Lyn.
morning. How
Morning.
are you? Good?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good,
Yes.
yeah.
And you?
I thought we'd start with a nice little risotto this morning.
Oh, my wife's favourite. She loves risotto.
Really? And you can do so much with rice, can't you? And I just thought, yeah, we'll go along the rice pasta little avenue for a little while.
Yeah.
So a nice risotto Milanese. All right? It sounds very posh. It's not at all, but it sounds it. So it's good to bring out that we're having risotto Milanese today, darling. Okay. So we're going to start with 1 litre of hot vegetable stock, and you can buy it. We've said this before. You can get your stock cubes from any supermarket because we don't save stock in the kitchens anymore. 50 grams of butter, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and I said before, don't skint on your olive oil. Get a nice decent one because it makes a big difference in your recipes. 1 onion chopped up nicely, 1 crushed garlic clove. We want about 300 grams of rice for this, 150 mils of dry white wine. No comments, please. 2 tablespoons. I was waiting for it. 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley, chopped up, or maybe some nice stripped chives. You could play around with my recipes. 50 grams of Parmesan cheese, of course, for your dressing on the top, or any hard Italian cheese will do just as nicely, flaked up. And we're going to start by frying the onions and the garlic. Heat the stock and gently simmer it, and heat your butter and oil in a large pan, and then you're going to add your garlic and cook for 4 to 5 minutes and your onions until they're softened, all right? Okay. Not mushy, just softened.
Not mushy. Lyn doesn't like mushy.
I don't like mushy at all. No, you're quite right there. Add rice. Add the rice in with a wooden spoon and stir it and coat it with your buttery onions so you're getting it all in there. Then you put your wine in the pot, right? Not in a glass, in the pot.
Oh.
And
the
simmer.
recipe's fallen down already.
And simmer it until it's almost evaporated. It's a myth to think that you're eating the alcohol. You're not. The alcohol dissipates when you're boiling it up anyway. So it's just for the added flavour of the wine that you want. Stir in a ladle of hot stock and cook it until it's absorbed. So then you're going to keep putting a ladle in at a time and stirring it with your wooden spoon until it's all gone. It takes about 20 minutes to get a good risotto going because you don't want as one mushy lump, do you? Again,
Not
it's
really.
this mushy thing. We don't want that going on. You don't want it too dry either.
No.
So a nice creamy kind of texture, risotto texture. It takes about 20 minutes and then just add some seasoning to taste, salt and pepper to taste. You could, if you wanted to, add some streaky bacon. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yes,
if you like
yes,
streaky
very
bacon.
tasty.
Or how about prawns, sun-dried tomatoes and peas? You could add that in there. Yeah. Or fresh green vegetables, if you were a vegetarian. You could stick that in there. Or you could even put some chicken and spinach or something like that. Add what you like. Play around with the recipe.
Anything in there then.
I've given you what a risotto Milanese is the basic recipe for risotto, and you add whatever you like in there and give it your own little take on it, and then grated cheese to finish, your Parmesan cheese to finish, and it's a lovely little dish, very easy to do, very quick and nice to have in midweek.
Well, as much as I'm not keen on risotto, I wouldn't mind giving it a try.
Yeah, because you can put what you want in it.
And it's simple. It's a bit like me. It's easy, you know. But
I
could probably cope with that.
I think my favourite is chicken and cashew nuts. I love that in a risotto.
Yes,
It's
yeah,
very
no,
nice.
I wouldn't mind that, yeah.
Lovely. Okay,
Well, thanks for that, Lyn.
you're welcome.
We'll all rush off now to the kitchen and cook that up for dinner this evening.
I bet you
Have
don't.
something posh.
I bet you don't. I reckon
Risotto
you're lying.
Milanese
Are you fibbing?
and, and a nice glass of something chilled. But,
Yeah.
well, that's lovely, Lyn, and
Enjoy.
thank you for that, and we'll see you next
Thank
time.
you. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now. Bye.
And now a poem read by myself and written by Lance Corporal James M. Schmidt. It's Christmas Day. All is secure. It was the night before Christmas. He lived all alone in a one-bedroom house made of plaster and stone. I had come down the chimney with presents to give, and to see just who in this home did live. I looked all about,
A strange sight I did see. No tinsel, no presents, not even a tree. No stocking by the mantel, just boots filled with sand. And on the wall hung pictures of far distant lands, with medals and badges, awards of all kinds. A sobering thought then came through my mind. For this house was different. It was dark and dreary. I'd found the home of a soldier, quite clearly. The soldier lay sleeping, silent, alone, curled up on the floor in this one-bedroom home. The face was so gentle, the room in such disorder. Not how I pictured a lone British soldier. Was this the hero of whom I'd just read, curled up on a poncho, the floor for a bed? I realised the families that I saw this night owed their lives to these soldiers who were willing to fight. Soon around the world the children would play and grown-ups would celebrate a bright Christmas Day. They all enjoy freedom each month of the year because of the soldiers like the one lying here. I couldn't help wonder how many, alone, on a cold Christmas Eve in a land far from home. The very thought brought a tear to my eye, and I dropped to my knees and started to cry. The soldier awakened and I heard a rough voice. "Santa, don't cry. This life is my choice. I fight for freedom. I don't ask for more. My life is my God, my country, my core." The soldier rolled over and drifted to sleep. I couldn't control it. I continued to weep. I kept watch for hours, so silent, still, and we both sat and shivered from the cold winter's chill. I didn't want to leave on that cold, dark night, this guardian of honour so willing to fight. Then the soldier rolled over, with a voice soft and pure, whispered, "Carry on, Santa. It's Christmas Day, all secure." One look at my watch and I knew he was right. Merry Christmas, my friend, and to all, a good night. Well, I'm afraid that's all for this week. So in the words of the Sakos Choir...